What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We out here checking out Morissette. This time we looking at an original song. Now, I absolutely love original songs from artists because you get a more clear picture into what kind of artists they are, And all the songs that I've been doing reactions to when it comes to Morissette, I think for the most part has been covers. So this is going to give me an opportunity to hear music from her vision, okay? And if we go down here real quick, we see here in the description, is performed and says written by her and Dave Lamar. I think Dave Lamar and Zerjo was the two people that were playing when she did her Mariah Carey cover Fly Like a Bird. I believe it's those two. But super excited. So let's go ahead and shut up and turn up, baby. And lyric video as well.
Sometimes I hear it in my dreams. Your vision haunting me. This feeling so uneasy. Caught somewhere in the in-between. What do I do with these memories of you? How do I keep them from changing?
Okay, so just straight off the bat, absolutely amazing. The instrumental is absolutely amazing. I'm glad when they chose these visuals and everything because it does kind of give you kind of almost like a water feel, especially the way that it was beginning. Okay, so based off the lyrics and based off what I'm hearing, it looks like this is a song about either overcoming like heartbreak or talking about a memory of somebody that was lost, right? When she was talking about the memories changing colors, right? I'm thinking that's like a metaphor to, how you got somebody like, for instance, when me and my wife was first, like when we first started dating, like sometimes I would forget what her face looked like because I barely got to see her as much because, the old boyfriend, girlfriend in high school kind of thing. Barely got to see her. I'll start forgetting details and everything. So I like to think of that memories, fading, changing colors as you just, you're forgetting what it looks like, right? And not to mention all of the covers that I've been listening to, we've been hearing her like just freaking blow. This one is more kind of mellow tone. We still getting the highs, right? She's still killing us with the runs, but this one's more a little bit even, right? And not only that, but the vocals, they're like moving. They're going, not necessarily going all over the place, but you know what I mean? They're moving. It's like we're going through this like this mystical journey, right? And then we get to the chorus and we have that elongated steal, right? Now, see, you got to think about how many ways she could have did this. She could have just said steal and just left it at that, but she continued to push it and made it really, really long, right? To kind of emphasize the gravity of how much she still misses you, right? Because she could have just said, I still miss you. She could have chose any word on there, right, to elongate, but she chose to elongate steal, right? And I like to think of that as an artistic direction to kind of like push you right there. It's like, yo, that's how much I miss you, And not only that, but she kind of gave those runs that she gave us. Now those runs kind of gave us the little emotional, right? Instead of just leaving it as a flat note, she gave us runs, and the runs, like I said, is what gives you kind of has more of an impact, right? And she she didn't put too much runs on it, right? She kind of did it at the end of it. But for the most part, I think it was like half and half, which is good because sometimes artists can run all over the place. So this is mastery over your voice. That's what we're hearing. Okay.
Do you still think of me when you sit down for coffee?
Heartbreak.
Do you
Okay.
still long to have me near?
So this is about heartbreak.
I'm drowning underneath. How do you breathe so lightly? At least that's how it seems to me. Nobody's
Hold on. We gotta go back and look at that. Hold on. This part right here. Hold on.
drowning underneath. How do you breathe so lightly?
See, now check this out. I'm pretty sure most of you guys that are watching this, you have been part of like heartbreak. You know what it means. And then especially if you ain't the one who ends it, right? You're just filled of sadness. It's almost like we're going through the stages of grief and we've landed on anger right here. And that's kind of like emphasized by how much forward she's bringing her voice, and of course the instrumental, right? Usually when you throw in the guitars, and especially when you stay down there in like the lower range, it's there to kind of emphasize like either like confusion or like anger, you know what I mean? So it's like a question like, how can you breathe so lightly? How are you not like tripping over your feelings like I am? I love that rendition right there. Now we gotta go listen to it again.
How do you breathe so lightly? At least that's how it seems to me. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. We both lose the faith, we feel we both.
She blowing now.
Although you may feel we've reached the end of the road, I'm not letting go, but I still need to know, what do I do if these nightmares come true? What if one day I wake up and tell all that I knew? If we came face to face, I wouldn't know what to say, but my eyes would give it all away. I still love you, still. I still love you, still. I still love you, still. I still love you, I still love you.
She blowing, baby. Now look at that. And then towards the end, I've been listening to a whole lot of music. Obviously everybody's been listening to a whole lot of music, but I've been really diving into these creative choices that artists sometimes tend like to make, and the whole after effect that people apply to their voices. Every time I hear something like that, I always like to think that they did that because it's more of like a like in some songs it's more like an afterlife kind of thing, right? Especially if they're speaking of like the ethereal plane or something like that. I hear sometimes of this in like the band like Tool, you know what I mean? I don't think they've ever used that effect, but they speak about mysteries and afterlife and transient and stuff like that, but that's a whole nother band. But in this case, right, it's almost like it's just like the past, right? Like I still love you, like obviously we're talking about memories, right? So like if your memory, right, was to become a voice, I feel like that's what it would sound like some type of ghost ethereal kind of thing. So I like that she added that effect. Again, artists always put these stuff in here, right, for a reason. And that's the type of stuff that I like to break down. The vocals on this was perfect. Now, what's been scratching me, and like I said, because artists always put stuff in for a reason, what has been scratching me was the reason to include the ocean, right? the waves like going back and forth. That's the only thing that I've been trying to make sense of, right? Because obviously they could have just put anything in here, right? But they decided to go with the ocean. So that's why I've been trying to figure out why. The only thing that I'm thinking about right now is just how relationships, for the most part, are wishy and washy. And what I'm thinking is that at one point, you know, when the wave comes up on the sand, right? Sometimes, you know, the water goes back in and then it comes back out. But there are times where the wave will come up or the tide will come up on the shore, right? And then there are things that were in the ocean that are left, right? And then those things are trapped there in the sand and they can't necessarily go back out into the ocean because now they're tethered to the ground. So when I think about that and I think about these lyrics, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so in this relationship, it's like the guy or the girl, you guys are moving forward, but then he left, and now you sitting here stuck and wondering why you can't go back with him back into the ocean, or with him or her back into the ocean, right? What you guys think about that? Like I said, everything in this video is all done. It's visual, right? It's visually nice and everything, but I feel like there's a deeper understanding, and if that's the reason for including that, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, man. You guys let me know what y'all thought about this down in the comments. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.